Alright, welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution. In this video, we're continuing on with my little hints at what I've learned through the game and what I struggled with when I first started playing. And this one here, we are now going to talk about getting our 3 and 5 star island rating, or improving our island rating.
Hey, it's Kevin DeWitt here and welcome to the pasthisprime YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel and you're interested in relaxed, casual gaming for an older generation, then please subscribe to my channel. Like the video and click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos.
Alright, so as we play this game, especially when you're talking about campaign and mode and whatever else, challenge mode, etc., one key factor is our island rating. You know, we usually get rewards for getting a good island rating. You know, a lot of the campaigns, you will get a reward for 3 stars and you get a reward for 5 stars. So the island rating is basically like any other rating. It's like same as a hotel rating. It's like anything else in the real world. The more stars you've got, the better your island is. The better the rating, the better people think it is. And the higher the guest count and demand you're going to get. Now, your total island rating is based on 2 factors, and they are shown exactly here, right? Dinosaur rating and facility rating. So if we start off with facility rating, what we need to do to get our star rating up here is obviously provide great coverage of all of these items. Now, I have explained a lot of these items in the other previous videos, but let's talk about a few things here. Safety, okay? If we are constantly having dinosaurs escaping and killing people, then this is not going to be good, right? So we've got guest injuries of none because all of our dinosaurs are greatly contained. Now, this can also go hand in hand with our shelter protection, which is set to great. So if we just cover those off there, obviously shelter protection is handy to stop injuries. If we have a vicious carnivore that is unhappy and is trying to escape, or there's a massive storm, something like that, and we're worried about our guests, if we have emergency shelters covering our park, so for instance here, if I go into my management view and I click on emergency shelters, this is going to show me all the areas that are covered by an emergency shelter. I have a few gaps here. So in theory, I should be putting emergency shelters over here to get this section covered. I should have some to cover this. And the monorails, I've got nothing over here. I should cover this section and this section, right? So we've got some gaps in my park at the moment. I have all of this stuff covered, so this is great. So key step number 1, build enough emergency shelters that all of your key parts are covered. And that is going to give you at least this shelter protection as being great, right? As I said, we want to get all of these really good values. That's how we're going to get our rating, is getting these percentages up. Every single one of them. So we get our shelter protection covered, great. Now, with it having great in an emergency, we obviously open all our shelters, or this shelter, whatever it is, get our guests in. They can then be protected and hopefully they will not get injured, which means we reduce our injuries. So we're keeping our guests safe, right? So we want to do that. That's a pretty easy one. There's a couple of really easy ones here. Our next one is capacity. Now, this can be something that you have to build over time. I have 3 hotels at the moment, and I basically put them down straight away because this is sandbox. I have unlimited cash. In the real campaigns, I would probably not even have put a hotel down for a while. I let the park develop first and get a bit of growth going, and then you put some hotels. Now you'll see here, this says when I highlight it, 6% overcrowding. So in theory, I could put another hotel in, but there's a balancing act between cost and power and, you know, the demand on percentage, right? We could get this better by lowering our percentage. But In our case here, this doesn't really tell us much other than it tells us how many hotels there are. If we go across to our front view, we get a summary. And not only do we get a star rating, but we get these 3 items, right? So we have safety, capacity, satisfaction, right? So that's basically a summary of these 3 sections. So here it says great capacity. So I don't need to do anything, okay? There is no need. It is green, it is great. There's not much better you can get. I don't believe there is. If it said okay, as I have in dinosaurs here, or it said bad and it was in the red, then we need to obviously build a hotel to create capacity, right? So that's our second one. So we got our safety covered. We then cover our capacity, and this is going to build over time, right? More guests are going to keep coming. The better your park is, more guests are going to come. So you need to put more hotels down as you go. This is probably the biggest area here, which is our guest satisfaction. This is probably the one that's going to be the most demanding to cater for. Now, you can see it's broken down into all these individual items, and you can see all of these individual items from our management view, which I've explained in another video. Some of the easy ones to target straight away. Restrooms. Okay, you can see here I've got 80% coverage for restrooms. This one is so easy because it is cheap and easy to do, right? So we come across to our management view and we click on the toilet. And we just scroll around our map and have a look, right? They're all blue. Oh, we've got some red here. We've got red there, we've got red there, and red there, right? So these areas have got no restroom coverage, right? Not good. Well, that one's yellow. Yeah. Actually, well, there's a restroom here. I've only got managed staff to 1, right? And it's hit capacity. So I can keep increasing this. It's still pretty close. I might go higher. So I might want to sit there at 4 staff there. That's going to give good coverage. I've got unlimited funds in this park, so I'm just going to go straight to maximum. So now if we have a look at our view, right, now we've got all blue, all blue, all blue, and we've even covered a bit here. Obviously we haven't covered here because that toilet is just way too far away. Same with this one here. Yeah, and that one there is already at full max, so we can't do anything about that. So to cover these off, we would need to then say, oh, well, okay, I'm going to build a toilet. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go, okay, where should I build my toilet? Not sure. Maybe I could build it here. No, that looks silly. I might put it there. Okay, so we're going to build a toilet. All right, so we're just waiting for our toilet to be done. Hopefully our toilet will be built in a minute. So this is the easiest thing you can quickly tick off your box, right? We just get 100% coverage of toilets. Right, so that's already hit capacity 320, 320 straight away. So I'm going to boost it up. I might say, okay, that's fine. I'll leave it there. As I said, in my case, unlimited funds. I'm just going to go for full on maximum. It's a waste, but it does it. Right, so that's catering for these 2 now. Unfortunately, the distance of my park is too big. Hasn't catered for that. Or that one there. So I probably have to add more toilets. Right, but that easy. We could do that. So that's increased my restrooms rating now to 94%. Right, so if I want 100%, easily just get every single building blue. And you get 100%. Okay. Next, so I'm going from the bottom here, transport. Again, what we want to look for, and this is our management views, we need to use the management views here. We click on the transport, we then look around our park and see if there's anywhere that's red. You may not need a monorail if your park is small enough, right? If your guests are happy with the distance of walking from the entrance to all the facilities, then you might not need a monorail. In this case here, this is huge. So we need a monorail. All right, so if I was to deactivate some of these, so let's say I deactivate that one, I deactivate that one, We'll see if this works. Never tried this. Now I'm looking at transport. You can see red, red, yellow, yellow, red. Guests are not happy. Right, there's lots of red now. They're all happy over here because it's close to the entrance. They can get to it all nicely, no problems. They're not happy with everything else though. So if we want a good rating, if we have a look now, our transport rating is at 80%. If we want it to be better, we need to build monorail in appropriate spots to get the coverage right. So we'll activate all of that. Hopefully that means my monorail's working again. And we look at our transport. Everything is blue again. So now we come in here, we can see 99% transport rating. I don't know why 99%. Maybe you can't go to 100. I don't know. I don't know where I'm letting the team down with that one, but anyway, it's got good coverage. Well, let's jump to the other side. So again, as I said, we need to get all of these up as high as possible to get our 5 stars. Dinosaur visibility. Again, we are going to use our management view. We're going to click on our binoculars and we're going to have a look at each of these habitats, and we want to look at these circles. We want to cover as much of these habitats as possible, making sure they're viewable to guests, right? There's no point having dinosaurs in a park that nobody can see. So we can do that with various items. The monorail has a visibility circle. So if you have a monorail running past a habitat, it increases your dinosaur visibility. Obviously, we have these guest facilities. We have this building here, this tall one. We also have these lower ones that do a different shape. Right, so the lower ones do sort of this half circle shape, flat and wide. The tall ones are sort of a long view. So if you've got a big distance to cover, you can put some tall ones in. But you'll see it's quite narrow here at the start. Other items that are visibility are your hotels. If you put a hotel near a habitat where a dinosaur is, it covers some viewability. Now you don't have to put them there, but you can. Obviously things like gyrosphere, okay? As the balls are going around, where you build your track increases dinosaur visibility. So you can just use those instead of having these other viewable centers. The other one, which I think I have in here, is it running? Yes, there it is the car one. Okay, so there's the Jurassic tour. Yeah, so we have the drivable tour here, which that increases your viewability as well, because the track and the cars is the entire view. And we have make some cars. Now you can obviously increase your cars and everything there, but as they drive around, it's giving you visibility. So to get that rating up, obviously we need to make sure that all of our dinosaur enclosures are visible. And I have a visibility of 96%. It's not, look, you could cover every inch, but it's not essential to get every inch, but you want to get good coverage of all of the habitats. Okay, then we have 4 other. We have food, drink, fun, shopping. These are all our shops. And again, we're going to use our management views here. So we want to see blues everywhere. Now, I've seen people build parks, and I did this myself in the start, where you go and put all this stuff around and you got your habitats over here, and I build this giant shopping complex over here. It's great in concept, and it's probably great in the real world, but it doesn't work in this game. Because the way the rating system works and the demand works is that it's based on having the facilities near the guest facilities, and that includes these dinosaur viewing areas. So you'll see this one's red because it's over here isolated. There's nothing here. So when I'm on the food setting, it's complaining. There's no food here. So it's affecting my score. So if I want to have a good score, I need to have blue for all my food everywhere, right? Everything has to be blue. All these reds need to be fixed so they're blue. Same with drink, same with shopping, same with fun. And they are all catered for by different buildings. And you look, you can look at the star ratings to cater for that. So if you scroll through these these buildings, right? So gift shop here, you can see provides a star rating for fun and shopping. It provides more shopping than fun, but it provides a bit of each. But it provides no food or drink. So if you put that down here, it's going to help with shopping and fun, but not food or drink. Then you got fast food. This is going to help with food and drink and a tiny bit of fun, but no shopping, right? And then so on and so on, right? Arcade is obviously maximum fun, a little bit of drink. Toy shop, a lot of fun, bit of shopping. Fossil zone, a little bit of fun, a little bit of shopping, a little bit of drink. Yeah, not great in either way. Right, the bar, primarily drink. Clothes, primarily shopping. Tiny bit of fun, but mostly shopping. Restaurant, blah, 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 right? It continues on with all the different ones there that all give you different things. And that's how you get those ratings up. So, obviously in the case of this section here, my fun is covered, and I'm guessing that's probably covered by the fact that I have this ride, this Jurassic Tour ride. That's probably providing my guests fun. But I have no shopping, food, or drink. So I would have to build something, okay, to cater for all of those. Now, you may not get all of those in one shop, but you may be able to do it with a few shops. So I might decide I'm going to put, let's do something a little bit different here. I'm going to put a shop here. Well, we'll put it there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a little bit of a path. And just a little bit of an unusual path across like that. And then I'll put a path there. So I just put a fast food in. So in theory, that should give me food and drink. So I might decide, well, now that I've got food and drink covered, I'm going to put in a clothes shop. And I'm going to put that in over here. And I'll build a path again. Right, now I'm going to check my stats here because it already says I've hit 240, which means that I need to increase my staff because we're not catering for enough. Now, in theory, I could sit it there with 2 staff because 351, 435, that's enough. Right, there's no reason to go higher at the moment. And if I go into my views now, you'll see for food and drink, these are now blue. Beautiful. Shopping, that is now blue too. Food's blue. Still lacking in toilet over here. But we've got those 4 items are now blue in this section. Again, this clothes shop here is already maxed at 320, 320. So we might want to increase this. 1 staff's enough because we've got capacity still. Okay, so if we go to our viewability, as I said, we can now see that they are all blue. Now, if we go to our island rating, we can see that our food and drink now has gone up to 92%, 92%, 95%. Our shopping's 85%. So we're still lacking a little bit of shopping somewhere. But we do have 5 stars. So we're fine. But as we grow our park, you want to keep catering for that. One thing you need to be wary of is even though you've got your shopping and everything set right, As you build new habitats and add more viewing areas, you need to go and adjust. Because if you add more of these and they all go red, your rating is going to go down. So it's a balance act. So if you get all of those right, you're going to get 5 stars on your facility, right? So that's number one. And that's probably the easiest to do, really. It's just a balancing act. Buying all those things might cost money. You might have some trouble with money, but it's just a balancing act. Right, so the other key factor to getting our 5 stars is our dinosaur rating, all right? This is obviously a critical thing for a dinosaur park. We've got to have a rating for our actual animals themselves. And you can see there's a summary here. We have like quantity of dinosaurs, we have a variety, and we have welfare. And again, they're sort of broken up. No, not quite so obvious in this case, but they are there. Right, so how do we get this stuff up? All right, this takes time, right? There's just no way around this because you need to be building. Basically, to get your dinosaurs up, you need to do the obvious things. You need to have a good quantity of dinosaurs and you need to have a good variety, right? There's no point having 100 of the same dinosaur because that's not going to give you good variety. So I've got several species of dinosaurs in here. If I go to the map view, you can see Stegoceratops, Iguanodons, Ankylodocus, Dreadnoughtus. But that's just one habitat. Then I've got over here, I've got Troodons, I've got Tyrannosaurus Rex, Gigantosaurus, Velociraptors, Baronax, something else in here, Compies. Okay, and I still plan to add more. But this is a sandpit, right? So it's a lot easier when you've got unlimited funds. That's why I say it takes time, because if you've got limited funds and limited capacity, you need to build this over time. But so you need to get lots of dinosaurs, lots of variety, right? Mix it up. And you can see that from this value here, right? Unique species target. You'll have a target here. So I've got 12, I guess, out of 16. So in theory, I should go to 16. And if I go to 16, at the moment I have an okay variety, right? It's good enough to get 5 stars, right? I've got this balanced enough to get 5 stars. But if I wanted this to be all green, fantastic, then I want more dinosaurs, because that's not green. And I want more variety, right? So I'm guessing that if I had another 4 varieties of dinosaurs with the appropriate amount, for social, all that sort of stuff. So I had 16 out of 16, I'd get green. We can obviously go higher than that, but if I had 16, I'd probably be great. So that's what we want to target for there, right? But that takes time, right? And you just do that over time. You'll get there eventually. Dinosaur rating target. Now, this is also a good one, and this can fall. You can fall down on this one because you can have a good variety and a good amount of dinosaurs, but the rating's low. Best way to get your rating up is to pick dinosaurs that have a very high dinosaur rating. Now, you can do that with numerous things. You can just pick ones that guests really want to see. Carnivores are very popular. But you can also put mods on, right, with the genome, all that sort of stuff. You can also have them fight so they can get a combat infamy. So if we go across here to my Dominus Rex, he's a 709 dinosaur rating, so he's got a good rating, but he has a combat infamy of 277. And the way I do that is by not constantly, but regularly releasing a dinosaur into his environment that he then fights and kills. Well, hopefully he does. If he dies, then I'm in trouble. But hopefully he will win a fight with this dinosaur. And then his infamy will go up and he will get a greater percentage, right? So you want to also target this number here. We want to get higher. Now I've got well over the 5,000. So if you can hit that 5,000 or whatever the value was on your island, that's going to help you. So you need to look at that as well. There's no point having tons and tons of very cheap, low-grade herbivores that are not going to get you that value. Alright, so we've got a fight starting already. So Indo C 709, his combat is 277. So if he wins this fight, which hopefully he does, he should. He's getting hurt though. He's still good. Come on. Come on, Indo. Take him out. Come on. Is anybody going to make a move? Here we go. Alright, he's dead. Okay, he's going to be dead in a second. Okay, he's dead, and we'll just have a look at our rating here. Our combat infamy jumps up to 405. He's now 837. Okay, so that is helping our score massively. Right, so that's one little trick you can do is, you know, get dinosaurs to fight to get their infamy up. I'm going to hatch. I'm just actually going through the collection so that he beats pretty much everybody. Hopefully. Just hoping I don't find somebody that kills him, because that would be disastrous. He's got such a good rating. Okay, so we assume that we've got that well, we've got this well. Okay, now we've got a base rating here for the amount of dinosaurs. I'm not exactly sure how that's catered. Maybe that's just a value. Authenticity, again, I don't really get that. We've got modifications, we've got combat, so all of these numbers are also adding up. Now, welfare, if we let our dinosaurs die all the time, or they're sick, they're not fed well, they're not watered, all that sort of stuff, then the welfare is going to go down. Right, you're always going to have some sort of welfare impact. It's pretty hard not to. For some reason I got a variety penalty as well. That's not good. But I'm assuming that's because I just don't have enough variety. If I had 16, I'd probably be fine. If you want to go the whole paleobotany bonus, you can get some points for that as well. And then there's the new scenery bonus as well. So if you add some of this scenery in, which I have done, I haven't done a massive amount, but I've put some rocks in and trees. That gives us a little bit of a bonus score as well. So that's pretty much how you're going to get 5 stars for dinosaurs. It's just about balancing these numbers and building up over time, getting these scores to where you want to go to. And once you've got, you know, if you got 5 and 5, then you got 5. But you can get 5 from having 5 and 4. I've seen it. So, you know, don't think that you have to have 5 and 5 to get it. But obviously if you do, it's going to be easier. So obviously you're going to work up to 3 stars first. You'll usually get that unlock, and then you'll work to 5. Right, and this will go up and down, right? This could quite easily go down in my park if I neglect things and that sort of stuff. So if you want to keep it at 5, you've got to keep working at this park and keep adding and keep everything ticking over. Right, so that's how I get to 5 stars. Obviously, when you have storms and things like that and you open shelters, you will lose your star rating. Your star rating will drop significantly for a short amount of time. But it comes back up pretty quickly as long as you have not caused a disaster. If it's just putting all your guests in a shelter for a while, they're all protected, your rating will go down for a little period while that's happening. But then once you let everybody out, it'll quickly come back up. So as long as your park is set up well and you keep track of the maintenance and fix things all the time and not have dinosaurs running around killing people, you will get your 5 stars pretty good. So obviously that was something that I struggled with in the early stages, and didn't really, some of the little finer details I didn't notice. Early on, like I didn't notice these values here for the unique species and the dinosaur rating. And they were some of the key things I was missing. Even though I had lots of dinosaurs, I thought I was doing great. I had a low dinosaur rating, so I was struggling to get to 5 stars because of that. And as I said, you can quickly get that up there by adding in some very exciting dinosaurs or getting some fights going so somebody can get a better score, or doing modifications. Right, so hopefully that's helped, and hopefully it'll get you on to getting your 5 stars in all of your parks.
Alright, well hopefully that was enjoyable. Please remember, if you like what you see here, subscribe to the channel, click the like button, click the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. Go and check out some of my other videos here that are linked on the side. And I thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.